JBN, we keep you informed. Portmore Mayor mourns untimely death of his son. Portmore Mayor Leon Thomas has been mourning the untimely death of his 28-year-old son Leon George Augustus Thomas, who died on June 4th. He was my only son. I will miss him a lot. This whole situation is very sad, Thomas said. He got sick and complained of a pain in his side. They did a body scan, then a biopsy, and found a tumor in his kidney. We started treatment, chemotherapy, but his blood count got low and he left us. There will be a setup on June 27th in Phoenix Park, and the funeral service will be held on June 29th at the New Testament Church in Bayside beginning at 10 a.m. Interment will follow at Meadowrest. Leon George Augustus Thomas represented the national rugby team Reggae Warriors between 2015 and 2018. He was a member of the first Jamaican national rugby team to play an international game against Canada, which the Reggae Warriors won. He attended Calabar High School, Portmore Community College, and the Excelsior Community College. The younger Thomas formed and coached a rugby team at the Excelsior Community College in the 2012-2013 year. At the time of his death, he was a Christian-minded businessman and a sales manager at Courts Limited. He will be missed. He was a great young man. He didn't smoke and he didn't drink. He was a Christian, Mayor Thomas said. 2 persons shot dead in St. James within a 2-day period. 2 persons were shot and killed in 2 separate incidents within a 24-hour period in St. James, as the guns continued to bark in that parish, which has been under a state of emergency since April 30. The deceased, both of St. James, have been identified as 43-year-old Rodney Miles, otherwise called Al, a laborer of Rosemont Gardens, and 17-year-old Mark Powell of Princess Street, Montego Bay. Paul was shot and killed in the Green Pond section of the parish. Reports from the Montego Bay police are that sometime after midnight on Monday, they responded to reports of explosions heard in the Green Pond area. However, no one was seen on their arrival. About 6:30 a.m. on Tuesday, residents stumbled upon Powell's body and summoned the police. On their arrival, the police saw the body lying on a dirt track in a pool of blood with multiple gunshot wounds. On Sunday, Miles was shot and killed by unknown assailants in his community. Reports from the Mount Salem police are that about 12:05 a.m., residents heard explosions and summoned the police. On arrival of the law enforcers, Miles was seen with multiple gunshot wounds and was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Gunmen strike again in Clarendon. Another murder in Yorktown. Criminals have again struck in the parish of Clarendon, again in the Yorktown area of the parish, where a 51-year-old farmer was shot dead in a brazen daylight attack on Wednesday. Reports are that about 10 a.m., Pernell Benjamin was cutting wood with a chainsaw and attending to one of his coal kilns when he was attacked and shot by armed men. The police were called to the area by persons who heard the loud explosions. On arrival, the police conducted a search of the area and the body of the farmer was found. The killing has again left citizens in the parish condemning the all-out attack the criminals have seemingly been waging against the citizens of the parish. The citizens are also calling for increased security presence. Right now, the people in the parish are in fear and are calling on the authorities to do more to address the crime problem, said a resident of Yorktown. Teen electrocuted a week before birthday. Tyrese Winter would have celebrated his 17th birthday on Saturday, June 22. Sadly, his life was snatched on Sunday, June 16, after he was electrocuted while in a mango tree in Portmore. His grandmother, Beverly Thompson, who raised him from he was 2 months old, could not contain herself when she heard the news. Winter was a promising student at the Hartrust NTA Edgewater Baptist Learning Center. Me not too long talk to his teacher, and I said that Tyrese is a good little boy. Me don't know how to deal with this. Me just have to try and take it easy, she said, crying. Karen Winter, Tyrese's aunt, said that she is shaken up by the incident because her nephew had a bright future ahead of him. She said that he enrolled at Hart in January when he asked to be transferred from Denham Town High. He wanted to do electrical work, but they said that they wanted him to do some subjects first. And the other day, somebody said to him that if he just get some subjects and do him thing, because skills work appear motor road, and him say, yeah man, me I go do that, she lamented. The family said that the entire Oklahoma community is in shock, as Tyrese was a simple and humble teen. They said he was never involved in fights and would always look out for the younger ones in the community. His best friend, 13-year-old Michael Stevenson, who was with him at the time of the incident, and 8-year-old Jolly Keeple had to be taken from school to seek medical attention as they were overcome with grief. Me beg him follow me fi go buy a slippers because mine did bust out. And when we a come back, him see the two mangoes in and say him a go pick them. And me say alright, me a go run a back cause my belly a hurt me. And him say alright, him soon come catch up with we back. Then one woman run come tell we say him dead in the tree and me go look pon him, Stevenson cried. He described Tyrese as a role model and someone whom he could call upon any time. Anytime I want something, him always help out. Him always a hang out with me. Him cook and we play football together and thing. All my cousin, him don't know nothing. All him a ask me is if him dead, he said, referring to Keep, who was also crying. Member of Parliament for St. Catherine East Central, Alondo Terrelong, said that he is saddened by the unfortunate incident and extended his condolences to his family. He was a bright young man with an amazing future. He played football with the under-16 team from Christian Penn, he said. The Father's Day football competition that was supposed to be held in the community on Sunday got off to a late start as the sad news came. We observed a moment of silence for him after we heard the news because he was a major part of the team. After hearing the news, the Christian Penn team could not play, he said. According to the reports on the Corporate Communications Unit, Winter was electrocuted at 10:58 a.m. after he was trapped among live wires in a mango tree. Major inconsistencies in testimony of eighth witness revealed. The second day of testimony by the eighth witness in the Manchester Municipal Corporation multi-million-dollar fraud trial revealed major inconsistencies. The court was told that the testimony of the unidentified witness varied significantly from the statement she gave investigators in 2016. The witness admitted under cross-examination that what she told the police was as a result of what she was instructed to say by the accused former Deputy Superintendent of Roads and Works, Sanjay Elliott, who she had been seen about a month prior to giving the statement to the police. While under cross-examination by Norman Godfrey, the attorney representing Elliott, the witness admitted that several accounts in her statement to police were not true. Before the investigation and before I went to the police, Sanjay told me that if anybody asked any question, I should say I did beautification work and I was employed as a contractor, the female witness revealed under questioning by the defense attorney who asked why she lied to the police. She explained to the court that she followed Elliott's instructions because he's a friend, but insisted that what she said in her statements and on the witness stand about providing Elliott with her TRN full name, being called to pick up approximately 40 checks, and cashing them and turning over the monies were true accounts of what happened. The witness told the court that she collected and encashed about 40 checks totaling approximately $15 million for work she have never done or facilitated at the MMC. Another witness who also encashed checks bearing her name for work she never did or facilitated at the MMC was also called. She revealed that it was her uncle, who is not among those charged, who had requested her TRN and name and told her that she would later be instructed to pick up about 3 checks, possibly ranging between $200,000 to $300,000 at the then Manchester Parish Council. The witness stated that she would go to the MMC, sign for the checks, and cash them at a popular financial institution, and then turn over the monies to her uncle. When presented with a document bearing an invoice and questioned about the work being claimed for, she confirmed that she had never submitted an invoice, never had one submitted on her behalf. She never owned a water truck and never transported water to the Knockpatrick division in the parish. A representative from the then Office of the Contractor General, now subsumed into the Integrity Commission, also took the stand yesterday and spoke briefly on the date their investigations began and how documents confiscated were treated. The representative, who is 10th on the witness list, is expected to return today. There are approximately 37 witnesses left to take the stand after Council removed 12 persons from the list. Charged in the matter are former Acting Secretary Manager and the Director of Finance at the then MPC, David Harris, former Deputy Superintendent of Roads and Works, Sanjay Elliott, Temporary Works Overseer Kendall Roberts, former bank employee Radcliffe McLean, employee of Elliott, Dwayne Sibley's, Elliott's mother, Myrtle Elliott, father, Eduardo Elliott, and Sanjay's wife, Tasha Gay Goldburn Elliott. Spruce-up underway around Seaga's funeral activities. Preparations are well underway for the funeral of former Prime Minister Edward Seaga. Work crews were vigorously putting in the final touches on Thursday amid a general spruce-up of the areas around the Holy Trinity Cathedral on North Street, the National River Park, and the route to be taken by the funeral procession and to gain access to both the church and the National Heroes Park. Seaga, who won the bloody 1980 general elections and governed until 1989, is to be given a state funeral on Sunday, June 23. The service is slated for the Holy Trinity Cathedral on North Street in downtown Kingston, before the funeral procession moves to the National Heroes Park, where he will be interred. At the church, the entire surrounding is being spruced up. The main roads leading to and from the venue, as well as secondary turnoff roads, are also being overlaid or patched as necessary in sections. Also, the sidewalks are being painted in the appropriate parking and non-parking colors of white and yellow, respectively, as the occasion is to involve the attendance of numerous dignitaries, including overseas heads of government. On the Holy Trinity compound, another set of work crews was busy laying cables for the event to be smoothly televised, while the trees on the ground were being trimmed and unnecessary waste matter were being placed in heaps to be picked up and disposed of. At Heroes Park, the grave that will be the final resting place for the former Prime Minister was being painted. This while there is extensive ongoing construction work at the main entrance to the park on Morosco Road. Marl has been placed in sections of the entrance where the asphalt that was in place has been eaten away by lack of maintenance, in obvious preparation for the area to be paved. At the same time, the main structure at the entrance to the park is being tiled. Work crews were also seen trimming the flowers and doing gardening generally within the park. Seaga, Jamaica's 5th Prime Minister, died on his birthday on May 28 in Miami, Florida in the United States of America, where he had gone to seek medical attention after hailing for some time. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.